Leigh, your headphones working?
Good morning. Yes, they are now.
Okay.
I thought it was just my brain, like, you know how you get airplane brain and you can't hear anything? I was going to plug my nose and blow it and see if that cleared out the pipes.
You can.
No, because I don't know what magic you worked over there, but it's good.
I can control them here, but you also have volume down there.
Yeah.
Maybe whoever was there last time had the volume low.
It's probably Ray Gagnon.
It was not Ray. Ray wasn't in today.
Huh.
I don't know who was the last person.
We'll have to blame it on somebody else. Was it Kevin? Well, it was Kevin O'Nella, huh?
No, Kevin uses those on, and I have them out back. But usually, oh wait, no, they're here.
Maybe somebody was playing a gag on you.
I have no idea. Here's the thing: like, I have so many people come in all the time, and everybody has their own different way of doing things. Mm-hmm. And it's funny to me because, like, some like this mic, some like that microphone, some like headphones on this side of the room, some like headphones on that side of the room.
Well, we have to be comfortable when we come in here because it's nerve-wracking coming in here talking to you.
Louise, listen to this. No, but everybody gets their own, like, spot.
Yeah.
Like, Kevin sits in that seat. Wayne Boardman sits right there. Eddie Shanks sits in that seat, but he's over here more. PJ Lovely sits in that seat. He raises.
I had to change seats. I can't sit in the same seat as PJ.
Well, no, he sits in that seat. He raises it up, then he puts his feet in that seat.
Does it? You know what has happened to me when I raise this seat? I sink, and I'm like, what's going on here?
The hydraulics in the chairs.
I thought it was my big butt. I don't know.
It is not.
So I'm at a good level right now. I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Good. How are you?
I'm great. You know what I did this weekend?
You helped me.
I did at the Brewfest. Sorry. It was awesome. What a great event.
It was really good.
It was, the setup was great. It was different this year because we didn't do the big, huge tent. Mm-hmm. But people brought pop-ups and screen tents and, just kind of created their own little space. And it was awesome. Okay,
so, and we haven't talked about this. What was your take? Do you like... Because the Chamber put this on, and you and I are both on the Chamber of Commerce, and this is the one event that I kind of organize. And you've seen both of them. We've got the old version, which was the big tent, and everybody's underneath, and it's loud and crazy and hot and like full of energy. Or this one was like spread out, open, kind of chill.
I liked this one.
Me too.
I really did because it's a chill event. Yeah. It's not like you're going to a rock concert. So being able to spread out and especially obviously where everything's relaxing a little bit with COVID, but people are still very aware that COVID still exists. So I think it made a lot of people feel comfortable having the opportunity to spread out. So it was, where the music was playing, we got to use the whole common this year because we didn't have Chamber Day in conjunction with the Brewfest, which is why there was more space, I presume.
Yes.
But I liked it. It was just very chill, very relaxed. I thought the energy was great. Mm-hmm. I didn't really notice a whole big difference of energy. It was just maybe it's just a different energy. I don't know.
My take was that it was just so much more relaxed that people were just happy hanging out and I get the sense. I mean, obviously we've all been through a terrible, 15 months? 14 months, 15 months?
15 years, feels like.
Of being stuck inside or stuck not shaking hands or hugging or any of this stuff. And then all of a sudden you've got an event. And this, I think, was the first kind of major event where you get strangers together.
For our area.
Newport.
Because there's not, I don't think anything's been going on in New London like this or Sunapee either. You know what it reminded me of? And I'm sure they do this somewhere before, but do you ever remember lawn seats for going to a concert?
Oh, yeah.
And you have lawn seats? Yeah. Like, that was awesome. You just bring your blanket and, your cooler and spread out with your friends on the lawn. That's what it reminded me of. Just being able to, I don't know. It was wonderful. It was fabulous. So,
yeah, overall, I was very happy with it. And it's funny because, if you ask my wife, I've been a ball of stress for about a month, and I've been grumpy pants for about 2 months. This has been probably the hardest thing to organize that I've had to organize.
Ever, like in the history of Steve, or during this pandemic?
One of the top ones. I organized a concert one time. Whale back in a previous radio world, and that was awful. It was a great day, but it was awful. It was so much work.
Yeah, the whole lead up to these events is the awful part. We were talking off air, and you just sit there and you stress out, like, oh my God, I'm working so hard, I'm planning all of this stuff, I'm spending all this money, and you think in your head nobody's going to show up, and it's just going to tank. But then it turns out to be like
a sellout,
this awesome event. Yeah.
The hardest part on this was the whole COVID thing. Is what do we do? Because I had to plan if COVID is rampant back up again. If all of a sudden it pivoted and we're back to terribleness, how do you put this event on? So I had to be ready to go.
And the scary thing too is at any moment the chamber, you in particular, could have been told, nope, sorry, can't do the event because they whatever rate is above
100
10%.
cases.
Yeah. So I imagine that was always in the back of your mind. But trying to plan for something that you are not that you're not in control of, it's really hard.
So, and I wanted to thank you and Summercrest. You guys made a trash donation.
Yes, and it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. So, inevitably I forget something, and I meant to grab trash bags from the house. Because I've got contractor
and
bags.
And Lysol wipes.
Yes. I always forget those. That is an ongoing thing that I forget the Lysol wipes. But I meant to grab trash bags, and then you showed up to help and everything, which was awesome. You're like, what can I do? I'm like, I need trash bags. And you're like, okay, what are you going to put them in? I'm like, I don't know.
Buckets.
Buckets. And you're like, the buckets are too small. I'm like, I know. I don't know.
Like a 5-gallon bucket for people who are not quite sure what size of bucket we're referring to. So we were going to put 30-gallon trash bags in 5-gallon buckets.
That's all I had. My brain was done. And you're like, I will go up to Summercrest and see if we have some receptacles that we can bring down. Yes. You brought down some big trash cans. You had the trash bags. I'm like, whew, Leigh saved the day.
Totally saved the day.
You did.
I mean, what would we have done? But there wasn't a lot of trash though, and so only having a few of the big trash drums was totally fine. But you can't be expected to remember everything.
I mean, I should. It's a disappointment that I forgot something.
Then what would I have done? I'd have gotten there and I'd been like, okay, do.
Yeah, but you saved the day.
I did.
So thank you for being
welcome.
My hero.
I am everybody's hero. If you need trash, I've got it.
Thank you. So obviously, this is a great thing that the Chamber puts on, and you represent Summercrest on the Chamber of Commerce.
So I have to behave myself in public.
Yes, in theory, you have to. But this is always that great community connection that Summercrest has, not just the Newport community, but through the whole region.
Yeah, so I've been believe it or not, so coming up on 9 years at Summercrest. August will be 9 years. I've really seen it kind of evolve. Of course, in the fall, we opened 28 brand new units. It's a constantly moving piece. It's a business. It's constantly in motion, as most businesses, I suppose, are. But it's been really fun to see. And so, of course, the last 15 months of the pandemic has not been so much fun. Tank. But things are really changing right now. So it's been exciting. We actually last week or 2 weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago, we finally were able to have live music.
Nice.
So it was, we had Second Wind come up, and so Susie and Terry played. And what we did was we opened the dining room French doors. Second Wind set up outside, and then we had the doors open because it was super hot. It was like 95 degrees that day, so we couldn't have residents sitting outside sweltering, so they were able to gather in the dining room where there was air conditioning, and to Susie and Terry set up outside, right outside those dining room doors on the patio. And it was great. We had residents from the Seasons come up, which the Seasons is our memory care community, so we had probably 6 residents from Seasons come up to join the residents in the traditional independent and assisted building. And it was like, you could have, people were just elated. It's been a long time coming. So the fact that we can do things like that now, and right now it's summertime, so we can plan a lot more live events than we may be able to in the winter. Of course, we'll have to see what happens. But residents are now able to dine together. And I don't know if we talked about this the last time I was on, but it was throughout the pandemic, 1 person per table.
Yes.
And the tables were socially distanced by 6 feet. So 1 person, 1 person, 1 person. Unless it's a couple or roommates, then they could share a table. But I went in the other morning and I looked towards the dining room, and there's 4 ladies at one table having breakfast, and it was awesome. They were chatting, they were laughing. So those seemingly maybe little things are really, really big things.
Well, that's the stuff that we as a society took for granted for so long, because it's just a normalcy, and then all of a sudden it's taken away from you.
Yeah.
So now when you see that again, it's like, oh, yeah, that's cool.
You recognize how beautiful it is.
Yeah.
One thing, which I know people are still not doing is, hugging. People are not necessarily shaking hands. There's a few people I've noticed that do or want to, but I've made a joke this past 15 months because I'm a hugger. I am I'm a warm and fuzzy type of gal. So I'm like, every time I run into somebody, I'm like, when this is over, I am totally going to invade your personal space. It really creeps people out, but it makes me laugh. But just the fact that we can get back to having human connection is really important. So again, our activities we can do in larger groups now. So what they were limited to 10 or smaller, which made it kind of hard for our resident services director Barbara to kind of finagle everything and make sure that everybody was included. So because we can now do it in larger groups, we're able to do more activities rather than splitting them up and doing exercise in the morning and then exercise in the afternoon. We can do exercise in the morning for everybody and then games or whatever in the afternoon. Yeah. So and it's it's just it's nice. It's a lively place right now.
You're getting back. Like that's the great thing is I know everywhere is getting back to the new norm, and there'll probably be some changes that always happen from here on out, but it's nice to see events back up and games and exercise classes and eating and
togetherness.
Yes.
The
community that Summercrest had built for years. COVID took it away.
Yeah, kaboom! Everything changed, and it's been hard to change with it because just when you think you've got it, something changes and you have to strategize and but yeah, it's been good. It's been busy. My phone has been ringing off the hook. People are feeling confident now that things are loosening up and the vaccine is out. A lot of it was before people were like, I don't want to move in if I can't see my family and I can't do things. I have to. It was just nuts. So it's great to see that is changing. And I know I'm on a little bit of a schedule here. I do want to touch on the car show that the Chamber has coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
So it's Saturday is the Wings and Wheels Classic Car Show in Newport at Parlin Field. It starts, I believe, at 10.
10 to 1.
10 to 1. And then isn't it like 1 to 2 they do awards or something?
Yeah, judging awards, all that stuff.
So we the Sunapee Lions Club had passed the torch on this event to the Newport Chamber. So Brandy Waterman has been kicking butt on this event and working so hard on getting this put together. And it's exciting. People are excited about it. So I think I mentioned it's this Saturday, the 26th. If it rains, this rain date is Sunday, the 27th.
Yes.
So, and what is the weather looking like? Have you looked forward?
I haven't. But I meant to today.
But it's going to be
Saturday at this point. I mean, looking this far ahead is never accurate.
Right. It's never a good idea.
Yeah. Right now,
but let's do it.
Partly cloudy with a 30% chance of rain, high 83. So
okay,
that's actually a decent forecast.
I'll take it.
Because last week at this time, last Saturday, we had a 50% chance of rain.
Yeah. Well, I remember a couple weeks ago or months ago, I did take a couple of days off of work, Thursday, Friday, and was going to take a long weekend because when I looked at the weather forecast a week in advance, it said, 75 and sunny. And then, the day in advance, it said 50 and raining. Yeah. So you can't really trust it. And like my husband says, the weatherman is the only job where you can still get paid and only have to be right half the time.
Yeah.
So.
And it changes. So, a 30% chance of rain, that's for the entire day. So it might rain at 6 a.m., or 4 p.m.
And it probably will because I have a feeling that from set up, which is probably going to be 8-ish. Pretty early, 8 until 2, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so that'd be good.
Yeah, so it's at Parlin Field here in Newport. A lot of, I've never. Have you ever been to the one at the mountain?
I never did. I wanted to. It just my schedule. It used to happen same weekend as Chamber Day.
Okay.
So I could never make it then. And then in years past, I just missed it.
Yeah, I actually did not know that they had it.
Oh, okay.
So shame on me. I'm kind of live in a hole anyway. I do. I go to work and home, and I'm happy with my life like that. But I missed out on a lot of things that are going on in other places than Newport. Or Goshen.
That's where it's at. Well, that's coming up on Saturday with a rain day to Sunday. Looks like there shouldn't be rain, but NewportNHChamber.org is the website to find out more about the Wings and Wheels Car Show, which is happening this weekend with Parlin Field Airport and Newport Chamber of Commerce. It is 8:36. You have to go.
I do. I have to go.
I'm watching the clock for you. You said I have to be out of here at 8:35.
I did. Oh my God, I'm late.
You were 1 minute late.
I'll be all right. I'll just drive fast. Oh yeah, and don't go down Centerpiece Street.
Why?
Because they're doing some sort of utility work or something, so it's like backed up.
Oh.
So
what are you doing?
I'm taking Elm Street Extension.
Okay.
I'm going around. So
that works.
Yeah. So anyways, if people are headed that way, expect a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
Right downtown at the end of Summer Street, where Summer Street runs into Centerpiece Street. So.
Gotcha.
Okay, awesome.
Right.
Thank you, Steve.
We will talk to you. So in 2 weeks, it's July 5th, which is 4th of July.
And that means I have the day off.
Me too.
Which means I won't be here.
Same. All right. I'll see you
Awesome.
I'll see you at some point.
Very good.
All right. It's Leigh Stocker from Summercrest. 863-8181 is her number. L Stocker at summercrest.net.